Okay. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Marana Slip XLTs. So I would say this is Etnies' first major slip-on shoe, and we're going to be covering the key aspects to this shoe. So whenever I review shoes, I like to go over the look and style of the shoe, the comfortability of the shoe, so you know how they feel and how they fit. I also like to go over the skateability of them, so you know how they flick, the impact protection, and just overall how they skate. And then lastly, the durability of the shoes. So starting off with the look and style of the shoe. Now, you know, obviously mine right here, they're super bright red, so they're really flashy. I don't know if I would necessarily buy a bright red pair myself. Etnies did send me these to try out. Now this video isn't sponsored, they just wanted me to give an honest opinion on what I think of the shoe. I did an initial first impressions on this shoe, but now I'm reviewing the whole shoe. So they do have other colors. If I were to get one myself, I would get the black and white, and I think they are honestly very slick. Some people might like this bright red. Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a very cool looking shoe, especially for a slip-on. You know, I just think it hits the design points. Also, one thing I like to mention is the toe cap. I don't think it's like too in the way where it's like the toe caps are too high where they almost are part of the design, but it's just enough where you get some protection and, you know, it kind of blends in with the look of it. So next, for the comfortability, so this is pretty important because this is a slip-on shoe, so you will not be able to adjust the tightening or anything once you put it on. And I mentioned this in my first impressions video, these shoes, they're a little bigger than the size that they represent. So I wear a size 12, but I would recommend to go half a size down. So I would go to like 11 and a half. And I say this because, you know, it fits fine lengthwise, but the width it is a little bit, you know, kind of wobbly when you first wear the shoe. Now it still is skatable, but I would say going half a size down would be better. Another thing you can do, so since I wasn't able to go a half size down, I just wore a second pair of socks over my original socks and it felt just fine. But that is one thing to note, so I don't know if they fixed that on their side, but I would say go half a size down. I've seen some other people mention this online too. But otherwise than that, you know, it is a slip-on shoe, so all you have to do is just slip it on, you're good. You don't have to tie your laces. And for the most part, they are pretty comfy. It's just that, you know, they're a little too big. So next, the actual skateability of this shoe. So when I first skated these shoes, they did take me a little bit to break in and get used to. Since it's kind of a slip-on shoe, I feel like it does have a tendency to start off very stiff. But over time, after I skated this for a while, and after you really break them in, then they are really comfy to skate in. So next, with the board feel. So with the bottom, they actually do have a Michelin sole. So Etnies has been doing this for pretty much all of their recent shoes. So it is a super durable sole. You get good board feel. You're not really going to slip on the board or anything, so you'll be gripped onto the board. Etnies has done a great job in their sole technology. I think that's actually like Sole Technology Inc. I think that's the parent company. But yeah, that's pretty much what they specialize in, so you'll get good board feel with almost all their shoes that use the Michelin sole. So with how the shoe flicked and pretty much performed whenever I did my flip tricks, honestly, once these were broken in, I really did like these shoes, especially for kick flips. So you can see these do have a little bit more of a pointier toe, so I think that is one of the most perfect things for kick flips. Now it is a little bit different in the heel flip area because it's not super bulky near the heel like you know, the Jocelyn's or the Maranas, but it still did a pretty good job. But I can definitely say once you break these in, it is a really comfortable shoe to skate in. And you know, since it's a slip-on shoe, you know, you just feel like your foot is connected to all the tricks that you're doing and it's not like too bulky around your foot. So it's a pretty, you know, slim fit. Going with impact absorption or landing primo. So, you know, even though these have a Michelin sole, they're not a super cushiony sole. So, you know, whenever you jump downstairs or if you land primo, it is going to hurt a little bit more. It's not a lot of impact absorption like the Jocelyn's or the Maranas. But really, it only happens if you kick out from your board or if you land primo. If you actually like jump down a stair set and land on the board, then, you know, you'll absorb the impact with the board itself. But when you're just jumping straight to the ground, kind of hurts. So pretty much that was a no-brainer because, you know, this is a really slim slip-on shoe. So now for the durability. So I really don't skate as much as I used to anymore. I did get a decent amount of tricks in these, especially since mostly I do flat ground now. You know, they're holding up pretty fine. I'll probably get a close-up of them so you can see. I've been skating regular, switch, not only fakie, so, you know, I've pretty much worn a little bit of both sides of the shoe, and they're holding up pretty well for, you know, how long I've been skating them. I can't really give an exact number, you know, it might have been like a couple of months if you actually count my time skating, even though I've had them a little bit longer. But for the most part, they are holding up very well. It's made from suede. So suede is one of the most durable fabrics you can get on a shoe, so it's good that they have that on here. And also, like I mentioned, it does have a toe cap that comes a little bit up, so it protects you from your flick. There's a little bit of wear on it, but it hasn't really completely blown through. So if you skate a little bit longer, you know, this side might give in near the ollie spot, or you might get a little more rippage towards the toe. But for the most part, I would say this is a really durable slip-on skate shoe with the technology that they put in this shoe. So overall, I would say the Marana Slip XLTs are one of the best slip-on skate shoes you can get, especially in the durability area. You know, it's got a modern look. It's got, you know, a toe cap for protection. It's got Michelin soles on the bottom for extra protection on the bottom. And overall, it skates pretty well once you finally break them in. So pretty much the only con I would say about these is that they do run a little bit larger than their actual size. So I recommend going down half a size, unless you see some other reviews where people say they fixed that. But I've seen some other people mentioning that, you know, they're a little too big. So if you want to check out these shoes, there'll be links in the description. If you have any questions about the Marana Slip XLTs, leave them down in the comment section below. And if you've skated these, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments so other people can see that too. Otherwise than that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.